Alright, here's the restream. I accidentally said some things I shouldn't have. And you know, I'll take full credibility for that. It won't happen again. And quite frankly, I am sorry for... What a guy, man. I just hate people who play Illaoi, that's all. That's where all my anger came from. What a guy. Okay, the jungler's not here, so I can abuse this Illaoi.
An enemy has been slain.
God. Mary and Joseph.
Double kill. An ally has been slain.
Justice. That's a pretty. Some mistakes you can't make twice. People keep running into me.
I'm good. Bye.
I will follow this path until the end.
He thought I was gonna.
This story is not yet finished. Kill me.
Anything? What a brutalizer. Okay, alright, so I'm going to need Grievous Wounds, which is.
An enemy has been slain.
And then I'm
Ally
gonna
has been
build
slain.
survivability.
The road to ruin is shorter than you think.
Pass me that Smirnoff bottle. I'm gonna take a shot. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to fight you. Not if you ult. Ooh, boy. Please don't play with me. Get out of my game. Play with me, boy. Cause I will get your turret platings. Shameful. Let's go take. There you go. Well, I can't recall anymore.
Start what I'll finish.
I'm gonna need some help. Oh, okay.
Follow this path until
Double kill.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Oh my god, my barrier.
Killing
15 minutes.
spree.
justice. That's a pretty word.
Are you serious right now, bro? I can have you on the ground in 0.3 seconds. Are you serious right now, bro?
Believe
Okay.
my purpose to fall.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Never could stay in one place.
What's up with this Alawi?
Follow the wind.
And why is she outscaling me now? And why does she have more gold than me?
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Shut down.
Wait, why did I do that?
One blade, one purpose. Just that. Nothing serious.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Now I'm barely not outscaling her. Barely outscaling her.
Sleep.
Has destroyed a turret. You have slain an enemy. An enemy has been slain.
Who am I gonna run away from? There's no one who can challenge me right now. Like it's bot lane.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Is a leaf's only purpose to fall.
Your turret has been destroyed.
The road to ruin is short of
No, why is she? No.
It is not yet time.
Two people. 3 people. They're all gonna go
An
dragon
enemy has been
easily.
slain. Double kill.
Dying's the easy.
An enemy has been slain.
Wow.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
GG.
Victory!
Okay, it will be here in 8 minutes.
Actually, but people do not have a search for power in the United States to be racist. How racist are you on a scale from 1 to 10? I'd like to say 10. Racist are you?
Between a 3 and
Is the target sliding? Yeah.
What time?
2 hours.
Huh?
2 hours.
Alright, bet.
Yay, I'm gold 4 again for the 3rd time.
Sound like a nigga that can't win.
Yeah, basically I can't win. Like I've been like yesterday I was playing this game. I played 6 games in total until like 3 in the morning. I got 5 losses in a row and 1 win.
Nigga took his shoe.
He took his shoe. I don't know why they put themselves in the middle of traffic. Like, what are they trying to, like, protest there?
Oh, it was like, it was some dumb shit. It was something about like a farmer who like, you know, he kills animals to keep people away from like his crops and shit. And
Yeah.
they're just like,
Like-
don't kill animals, save them. And then the farmer was just like, I'm a vegan farmer. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, I'm killing animals. You can eat your tofu and soybeans and fucking everything like that. And then they're just like, but you don't have to kill them. And just like, then you don't have to eat vegan food if I can't kill them. They're gonna get to it no matter what. Unless I do what I do.
And that's why they were sitting in the middle of the road?
Yeah. Well, they found out after that they were being stupid. Because it was a vegan farmer.
That's weird. I don't know. I understand if it's like you're killing coyotes, because you can see those videos on YouTube, like people hunting,
Killing coyotes.
literally killing them, as long as they're not in like I think as long as you don't show blood or anything.
Yeah.
Like it's gotta be in your scope or some shit, like a thermal scope.
To lease. If you know you want to be there for a long time, like farms for me.
Not a single convincing argument in favor of leasing over buying presented throughout this entire video. Because, bare necessities. The core is that it's stupid to lease a $100 million mansion
Well, I'm gonna
under
take a
any
sip of this.
circumstances. It's a terrible idea. And he's trying so hard to spin it as like an alpha gigabrain financial guru maneuver. It's not, Ty. It's not. He then goes on to promote his seminars once more to try and get people through the door with their wallets out and piggy banks emptied. So just classic Ty Lopez shit, really. I wanted to make fun of it. That's about it. See ya.
Burnout. We all experience it at some point. It's so important to me that I've actually been working on it in therapy. In
got, like,
fact,
3
with the
days
help
off,
of
so I'm
BetterHelp,
just, like-
I've learned certain
It's not off.
I'm just kind of treating myself a bit.
Often I like to spend a lot of time and play around in the pig pen when it comes to internet beef. I usually like to put that beef on a taco and just eat it one time, and I don't think there's any reason to go back for seconds. Typically, the cycle of life works. I'll make a video on something or someone, make jokes
Ugh.
about it, talk about it, and then that person will respond with their own jokes, saying their own piece, and that's that. That's proper internet drama etiquette. That's just a beautiful thing, the way the Lord intended. I don't usually like to go back and respond to their response. It just seems highly unnecessary and feels more like milking a situation than actually like making it entertaining or just generally talking about something. Of course, I have done it in the past a few times where it really feels like it's an important situation and one that I really do need to respond to again, or if it's just a highly wild one and I just have that little devil on my shoulder that I can't persuade otherwise and it forces me to make yet another video about something silly. But usually I steer clear of it, and today's one of those special cases where I am going to be responding to someone's response. 2 days ago now, I made a video on a self-proclaimed super wealthy guru who was talking about how he could take your girl because he has so much money, and if you make less, near and more pathetic, at least in my eyes. And I'm sure the reason he's... Let's say I took up the malnourished Martian
Ref
on his fight offer, and
58
he beats
is on
my
the
ass.
way.
He brutalizes me somehow. He takes his McLaren out, and he's like, get a load of this, tough guy, and he starts wailing on me. What does that change about everything I've said about him? It's all still the truth. All the jokes are still applicable. It's just never fully computed with me because it always comes across as even whinier and more pathetic, at least in my eyes. And I'm sure the reason he's doing it is just for the sake of soaking up as much attention as possible. He makes it very clear in the beginning of the video that he's doing all of this for views, so I have no doubt that's the play. But what if I was to accept his offer? I feel like that would be his legitimate worst nightmare, because I am 100% sure he's never thrown a punch in his life, not even in his dreams, because his bones would shatter. And let's not forget, I do keep that big iron on me. And these pythons, they don't play nice. But being in great shape doesn't correlate to being a great fighter, so who knows, maybe this guy absolutely could slap me around in a physical fight. But we won't find out, because I don't plan on accepting the offer regardless.
It was by this guy Penguins, whatever his name is.
Brother, you have the video up on the screen. What do you mean Penguins, whatever his name is? You could have just opened your eyes. Are you too wealthy to just read? Can you?
What?
You read? It's Penguin Z0.
He was talking a bunch of crap about my video, so we're gonna respond. This is my reaction. We're not gonna get heated in this. I'm not really massively triggered. I just want to take advantage of the views, so we're gonna get right into this.
Immediately, this little weasel's already lying. I wasn't talking crap about his videos. I was talking shit about his videos.
Okay, I don't only own a McLaren. I used to have a 570S that was white. If you followed me for a while, you know this. It's a convertible drop top. Okay, had that car, sold it, got a yellow Maserati, then got bored, and I was like, I gotta get another McLaren. So I have a McLaren, a Maserati Ghibli, that's a 1 of 5, by the way, which costs way more than this entire fucking YouTube channel's ad revenue on a monthly basis. And then...
Man, he's really putting that egg on my face right now. I look real silly. This guy means business. He's got a lot of expensive cars. Holy shit. And he sets the record straight. The McLaren isn't rented. He showed the keys. And then even mentioned that he puts his Instagram sticker on the back. So that's... I'd prefer if he just rented it. You put your fucking Instagram handle as a sticker on the back of your McLaren, it's already worthless now. You've ruined it.
I literally post this thing all around. I have my Instagram sticker on the back. People have seen the videos all over. You can't rent that every single day. Okay, so this part pisses me off because he says the name wrong like 8 times in a row. It's not McLaren, it's McLaren. Okay, so that's how we know this guy doesn't really have a lot of status. He doesn't understand these things.
Well, you can't argue with him there. That is a bulletproof case he's presented. I wasn't pronouncing it to his liking. I wasn't saying McLaren, though. I was just saying it fast. McLaren, 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 McLaren. Like, it's not a hard word to pronounce. I don't know why he's trying to nitpick that. But anyway, I don't need to go through this with a fine-tooth comb. I'll show you the creme de la creme here. I'll give you the climax where he mentions the boxing match with me.
The funny part is that I don't need to be in shape. And you know what? I'm going to make this statement in the video. We should do a boxing match with him because he does not. I'll box this guy. I'll do something with him because I guarantee you he can't outrun me in a mile. Okay, I can still, to this very day, with the amount of times that I don't work out, I can still run a 6-minute mile. Maybe 5.5-minute mile.
Whoa, stand back. We got ace athlete out here who could beat me in a race. Which he absolutely could, I have no doubt about that. I can count on 2 fingers the people I can beat in a foot race. 1, a toddler that hasn't learned to walk yet so he can only crawl. And 2, a 90-year-old that's using a walker. Everything else is going to be a close match. Though I don't know what running has to do with boxing. The two don't really correlate. They're very different. But anyway, the boxing offer. This is what I'm saying. I find that to just be completely worthless. Like, that has nothing to do with anything I was saying at all. If I was making the claim that I could beat his ass, then that boxing challenge holds a lot of water. Then that holds a lot of weight. I was just making fun of him. I've just always said, like, if you challenge someone to a fight because they hurt your feelings, that's an embarrassing look for you. It'd be a very different story if I was the one instigating, like, oh man, this guy, I'd beat his ass all over the place. I'd beat him like a drum. Then him challenging me to a fight, it's like, okay, he's stepping up. Now, am I going to follow through on what I was saying? And then it's on me, and then I look like a bitch if I don't. And I feel like that's not a super hot take, because usually it's a fight fire with fire. So if you're getting insulted, or you feel insulted because of the jokes, you insult back or make jokes back. And that's the accepted battle terms. For an example, Uwe Boll, terrible director, used to make a lot of awful films, but his big shtick that made him a legendary clown is he would challenge his harshest critics to boxing matches. Critics that insulted his movies, he would challenge to a boxing match and he became an absolute laughingstock, even though somebody once accepted it and lost. Uwe Boll was still the bigger joke, and in fact was even a larger joke after winning against this critic. He didn't look tougher, he looked even stupider. It's just one of those things where when you get offended and your defense is, I'll fight you for it, I just feel like it's a bad look.
If I don't go to the gym, that doesn't mean I'm insecure. It means that I'm actually more confident in my body. I'm very talented in other areas. I don't need to have big muscles to be good or athletic at things, right? A lot of the things that we challenge ourselves with, that we think that we can't achieve, are all up here. It really has not a lot to do with physical. I'm a marketer. I don't need to be massively fit, okay?
Yeah, you're
I like
right.
to have all my stuff
He's
up
outside.
here. Doesn't mean I have to go to the gym and be this muscle maniac. That this everybody has their own preference. I think that it's a waste of time. I think it's a mounds of insecurity.
This is the section where I was talking about his shaming of people that go to the gym and calling them fucking idiots for it.
Yeah,
so he's
him
immediately
right there.
going off the rails into like lecture douchebag mode where he's like, well, actually, a lot of the obstacles that you encounter are mental, not physical. Like, that has nothing to do with anything right now. You're fighting some fucking ghosts. That doesn't matter. The whole point was,
until
hey,
tomorrow,
you mentioned if you're confident in
maybe
your
if
body,
I
that's
actually
great.
work
Why are you
out, I'll
shaming
actually
people that
go
want
outside
to
and
look
play
different than you do?
basketball.
You shitting
I'm
on
not
people who
lazy.
go to the gym, insinuating that they're poor and have
Yeah.
no right to be there unless they're making
I
more
know.
than $10,000 a month, comes across as bitter, delusional,
Alright,
and insecure.
he's on his way right
and
now.
for some reason, he tries to flip that around by saying, well, no, actually, going to the gym portrays
Yeah,
insecurity.
yeah, like two
the
minutes
delusion
most.
is
Alright.
almost impressive. You're not even making any good points here. You're not even defending your stance very well. No one's forcing you to go to the gym. No one's twisting your arm like, hey, listen, Buster, get your ass in the gym. You don't have to. No one's making you. But why are you shitting on people that do? It's not a waste of time at all. It's not even a huge time commitment to get in good shape. An hour a day and then changing your diet around to make your health better? Like, it's not even this huge detriment that's going to lead to them being broke or anything. It's just absolute nonsense from a guy who I'm certain has never picked up anything heavy in his life.
Because if you look at a person who lifts and a person who doesn't lift but has a lot of skill sets and has high intellect, the guy with a lot of intellect, with a lot of path and purpose and skill sets, it's gonna win. Just because you can lift things doesn't mean you're smart. It just means that you can just lift shit. I mean, it's like...
So much useless drivel and cope for why he doesn't lift. You can do both here, dummy. You can lift and still be highly intellectual, even if being in great shape isn't necessary for the skill set for your career path. It's still probably worth doing because it's not a massive time investment for it. Lifting occasionally and eating better is not somehow going to ruin your chance of success and lead to you being broke and unable to find a career path that makes more than 10K a month or whatever the fuck you're talking about. This is just all mental gymnastics to justify you personally not wanting to go to the gym. Just don't. But I don't understand the point in shitting in people who do. It's just so weird.
There's no excuse to why you can't make 10K a month. And honestly, life doesn't really start until $30,000 a month. I make a bunch of videos about this.
I know a lot of people think this guy's rage baiting or playing a character, but I have good reason to believe that he is completely genuine. From everything I've seen from him, this really does seem to be the way he views the world. He proudly proclaims that life doesn't start till you're making 30K a month, and that there's absolutely no excuse for somehow making less than 10K a month. This is a guy who lost touch with reality long, long ago.
It's not what I'm talking about as far as protected. It's not about the physicality. It's about the fact of the matter that she needs to feel safe and protected in a nice home with a good financial situation, be able to raise kids and be able to go out with her friends and still be the woman that she wants to be and have her own path and purpose. It's not about the physicality, okay? And also, if you make enough money, you get a security team, okay? Now, I don't have one, but all I'm saying there is that you use money to give you extra freedoms.
So he made a point to say that if you're not making 6 figures a year, you need to break up with your girlfriend right now because he'll probably fucking steal her from you because he has more money, which means he can protect her and provide for her better than you can. He explains that the protecting thing wasn't about physicality, like physically being able to defend her from harm. It was being able to give her, like, a big house and shelter and financial freedom to spend money to go out with her friends and raise a kid. Now, I live in the real world where you don't need 6 figures to be able to provide a safe household like that to afford those kind of good things. But he's out there in fucking Narnia, Fantasyland, where apparently you need 6 figures for that. But regardless, what really stands out to me is his last claim, where when you're making a lot of money, you get a security team. That was a huge red flag. That sounded the alarms, the sirens blared that this guy is most likely a fraud and pretending he is fake. We, at our warehouse, actually did look into hiring a full-time security team for the property. It is an outrageous expense. From all of the research I've done on his media company, I can neither confirm nor deny if his claims are accurate about it generating 9 figures for his clients. The only place that's spouting those numbers are his websites, and he has fucking 3 of them. One of them hasn't been maintained in the last 3 years. All it does is drip feed fanfic about his upbringing, as well as 404 when you try and look up anything else about it. And then underneath the documentary he made where he sucks his own dick, it's just this giant white page, just this void of emptiness. So there's no good information there, but on his other 2 websites, he does have claims that it's 9-figure generating. But as he mentions in his response, that doesn't mean he's worth 9 figures. From all of the numbers I can find online, and I always take these with a grain of salt, his net worth is between $3 to $6 million. If those numbers are even close to accurate, he himself couldn't afford a full-time security team. He lives where I do, in Florida. If you wanted to hire just one full-time bodyguard for a property or whatever, you are looking at an expense of roughly $150K for one person. That's not even a full team. He would run out of money in like 2 years, perhaps. So it, to me, seems like he has no fucking clue what he's talking about. He's making it sound like this is a common purchase people start making when they start getting a lot of money, when it is not. This is something that's reserved only for like the highest income individuals or actual large businesses. To me, this really just feels like he's pretending. And making more than 10K a month doesn't enable you to magically protect her better.
If you see how he edits the video right there, he trimmed it because he knew what he was about to say was stupid. That's the only time where he trimmed the video, where he cut it. Because he knows that he was about to say that it's not important to make 10K a month when I know damn well with 12 million subscribers, he makes more than $10,000 a month. It's hypocritical for him to say that because he has things behind him right now that, from what I can see, they're not cheap things.
This is a big gotcha moment from him here. An astute observation, he noticed a cut, but then falsely claims it's the only one I made. Bro, I make cuts in videos. This isn't all just one take. Sometimes I actually do get videos in just like one full fucking take, but usually I don't. I'll fumble words. And that's when it gets cut, and I'll go back and explain things differently, say something else entirely. It's all very normal. I actually just did it. I'm not sure if you noticed. It's not uncommon. In a live stream I can't do that, so yeah, all of that's one take. But, I mean, you're in the space, right? Like, you have to know how video editing works and video making. I don't know why he's trying to catch me on a cut and assuming that I was about to say that making 10K a month isn't important. And it's also not hypocritical either, if I was to make that point. You don't need to be making 10K a month to be happy. You just simply don't. Your whole personality is money. I lived the majority of my life without even imagining $10,000 a month, and I was happy then too. Just as happy then as I am now. It's not a necessary, absolute must-have thing, and you're not a failure if you don't get $10,000 a month. Contrary to the delusion that you're fucking encumbered by, you don't need 30K a month to start living. You don't. Like, I can't believe anyone actually thinks that way. What an outrageous claim to make. So, I wasn't going to say that, but I'll say it now. You don't need 10K a month in order to go to the gym, to have a loving relationship, to provide for your girlfriend, protect her, have a happy life, have happy kids. You don't ever need to breach 10K a month to reach that level.
It's not a bad spot. I don't need a massive house with 18 fucking bedrooms with nobody to vacate them. That's a stupid financial investment, okay? The car is not, because the car is for marketing. The car is something I enjoy. Houses are stationary. They don't move. Cars move, and I have fun with the wind in my face.
Finally, something reasonable here. I pointed out that his house tour is a very nice spot, but it's not a mega mansion, which confused me because he's all about flexing his cars, for example. And he defended it by saying that it's a nice spot, but he doesn't need a big house. He doesn't want a huge mansion. It'd be a bad investment for him financially. He doesn't want a lot of eyes on him. And all of that makes sense. Completely agree. You don't need a huge house or anything like that. But then why doesn't that same line of logic apply to your McLaren and your supercars, your extremely expensive cars? He tries to say that the cars are for marketing. Why? Because you slap your Instagram handle on the back of one of them? I'm just going to hit you with the cold water and give you the truth. There has never been a single living, breathing human being that has seen a car with an Instagram handle on it that thought to themselves, wow, that piqued my interest. I can't wait to check out that Instagram account of that cool guy driving that car. 100% of the time, people write you off as driving a cringe mobile. That is the worst marketing. It's like anti-marketing. It makes people laugh at you. But regardless, with the house, you're right, you don't need a big house. Same way you didn't need those expensive cars. But you mentioned that you have fun with them. Well, I'd actually understand if you did have a mega mansion because it'd fall in line with what you were just talking about, where guys who don't make 6 figures a month need to break up with their girlfriends because they can't protect and provide. If you had a big house, you would be providing for your girlfriend, right? You mentioned that you have a girlfriend. I imagine she lives with you. You mentioned people live with you. Wouldn't getting a huge house pretty much be exactly what you preach? You're giving her a great place to be protected in, provided, afforded luxuries, raise a kid in. Like, that falls more in line with what you're saying than owning these worthless supercars. Like, that feels like it should be so much further down the list of priorities for your money. Now, I completely agree, you don't need a big house, but what you're not recognizing is that the way you're living your life in terms of, like, your house is exactly what I and everyone else with a brain is saying. That you don't need 30K a month to live a happy life. You don't need 30K a month to start living, as you claim. You are in a house right now with your girlfriend, whoever else, that people could afford without 30K a month, and you are happy. And I imagine they are happy as well. So the life you are currently living contradicts the one that you are preaching about. You are living a lifestyle that is not 30K a month. You are living something that people can live right now without even coming close to that. And yet you're shitting on them if they don't reach it, and shaming them for not making that kind of money. It's hypocritical, I would argue. I just wanted to mention that because I found it to be the most interesting component here. I ended up going through more of the video here than I planned on. I just found the whole thing to be just kind of fascinating in a way, so I just wanted to talk about it a little bit, and that's about it. So yeah. It's finally here. A response more hyped up than the Avatar sequel. Logan Paul is addressing the massive 3-part investigation conducted by CoffeeZilla, exposing CryptoZoo as a potential scam. Logan Paul was not too happy about that nomenclature, so he made a video pretty much doubling down on everything about CryptoZoo never being a scam, while admitting to hiring criminals for the team and trying to poke holes in CoffeeZilla's credibility, but without ever providing evidence for why CoffeeZilla's no longer credible. It's not the best response, but it was enough to win over a lot of people's trust somehow, even though Logan Paul never actually addresses any of Coffee's claims with the evidence Coffee provides. Instead, he fixates on a couple of small things, none of which actually contribute to disproving anything from CoffeeZilla's video series or his year-long investigation, and instead just kind of serves to assassinate CoffeeZilla's character, and then throws the condom on the floor and says he's taken CoffeeZilla to court. I'll see you in court, bub. He makes it clear that he will be pursuing legal action against Coffee for this investigation, so overall, very curious to see how this all plays out from here. I'm going to show you his response video as well as me going over it, because like I said, he never actually addresses any of the evidence-backed claims that CoffeeZilla provides from his investigation. He doesn't do anything to prove his innocence. All he does is talk about CryptoZoo's coming. I'll make sure of it. Is he going to give us? Well, so far it looks like he's given us just barely enough nutrients to survive. Like, I'm still hungry. CoffeeZilla released a 3-part series on an investigation that spanned the course of a year. Logan Paul gave us a 7-minute appetizer that he's trying to serve us as the entree. Like, come on, there's no meat on these bones here. Let's ride.
CoffeeZilla. I watched your 3-part series called Investigating Logan Paul's Biggest Scam, and like many on this platform, you have successfully used my name for views and money. While you're...
I immediately already hate that start. CoffeeZilla's entire brand is all about exposing scams in the space. You yourself commended him for his work ethic and his, like, actual great content. And you have immediately wiped your ass with that phony statement. What an awful start. We are 7 seconds into this and it's already a terrible start. You've already exposed yourself for one lie already. You called yourself a fan and how Steven always gets it right. Until now. And now all of a sudden it's all about views because of your name. Yucky.
I think the weight of
and money. While your work used to be impartial, your addiction to clicks has clouded your judgment, and you've made very real errors with very real repercussions. Coffee, you took a shot at my reputation. So in this video today, I'm going to be defending myself with facts, something that you have gotten in the habit of twisting as you continue to morph. Investigator who got you.
See, interesting. because he gets like the whole story even from the people he's exposing. He directly talked to like Amio Talio for Paradox Metaverse and stuff. I am curious which ones he's referring to. That's a bold statement. Do you have anything to back that up, Logan? Is that in here somewhere? Spoiler alert, no. This is just a plot thread with no closure here. He says that he's been making very real errors as he's morphed into more of a gossip channel, yet provides nothing to substantiate that claim. No evidence.
It's firefighters, nurses, teachers. It's our families who are getting pushed out of our communities by the lack of housing. Prop 5 allows voters to prioritize more housing in their communities, building the middle class and affordable homes for working families trying to hang on. And passing Prop 5 has strict financial oversight, requiring local bond measures to provide a specific list of projects they fund. For more housing and more accountability, yes on 5.
I've never been a huge believer in fate or destiny, that people's lives follow a predetermined path that they're forced to go down. I've never really subscribed to that belief until recently. I think there are people out there that are just born to be losers. Just like a joke of a person that follows this trajectory of the most pathetic path possible. I'm talking specifically about one man that I've made multiple videos on now, named Billy Mitchell. The self-proclaimed video game player of the century, a lame-ass title that he pretty much gave himself because he had some high scores in some old video games, most notably his King of Kong score, the high score in Donkey Kong, which he cheated for. I know that's a dangerous word to be talking about in the same sentence as Billy because he is so litigious. He sues everyone who accuses him of cheating or even makes fun of him in relation to cheating. He even tried to sue Cartoon Network because his feelings got hurt when there was a villain in the regular show that bears a resemblance to him who blows up when he loses his high score in a video game. And he got so offended, this sensitive nematode got so fucking upset about it that he tried suing Cartoon Network and subsequently got laughed out of court for it. So not only is he so pitiful that he fakes his video game high scores, but he also is an insufferable douchebag who legally comes after anyone that makes jokes about him or talks about him in a bad light. And he fails to realize that the person that does the most damage to his reputation is himself for these absolute childish tantrums that he throws. He is a known cheater. There are mountains upon mountains of evidence against him. There is more evidence to confirm Billy Mitchell has cheated than there is evidence to confirm the sun is hot. He is a fucking cheater. But even if you want to disregard all of the evidence that currently exists, Carl Jobst recently made an amazing breakdown of new evidence that just surfaced that 100% confirms that he has cheated his scores. The video is amazing. Carl Jobst, I recently made a video on about Billy Mitchell because he is being sued by Billy not once but twice. One of them because he used a meme that insinuated Billy is a cheater. It's beyond comical at this point, but now all of that seems like it's going to be completely washed. You can just wipe your ass with a lawsuit at this point with the new evidence that's surfaced that Carl Jobst highlights here. And I'd like to go over the whole situation here with you and show you some highlights from it. I'm also going to put a link to Carl's video in the description so you can check it out in its entirety. Overall, I'm just super excited about this and extremely happy to see where it goes from here because this should 100% put the absolute kibosh on all of his lawsuits since the truth is now known. No matter, like, if you disregard all of the other evidence, this one is completely irrefutable, I think, and that's great. Billy Mitchell, man, he just can't stop collecting these L's. Just to quickly bring everyone up to speed here, Billy Mitchell, video game player of the century, also punching bag for the regular show, where he even tried to sue them for making fun of him in an episode, has come after many people legally for all kinds of defamation cases. And the core of it boils down to people accusing him of being a cheater. And I'm going to go a step further. They're not just accusing him like, allegations of cheating. They have caught him being a cheater. But he has always maintained his innocence. And that's where it all stems from. He still claims he's never cheated, and anyone that makes fun of him or says otherwise gets a nice fat lawsuit from Billy Mitchell. Cooked up in the deepest pits of his basement, I guess. I'm pretty sure he writes them himself. And he takes it as far as it can go. Have you been sued? Billy Mitchell has still not sued me, and I have made fun of him fucking 50 times by now. I don't know why. I actually feel left out. I feel like I'm not part of the cool kids lunch table here because Billy Mitchell won't sue me. He is suing Carl because Carl used a meme of Billy that made fun of him and insinuated he was a cheater. Carl used a meme. I have point blank called this absolutely disheveled, drunk-looking man a cheater a million times. Point blank. And he won't come after me? Asshole. I'm gonna sue him for refusing to sue me.
How is it possible that he performed them at a live event in front of hundreds of people if he faked it and actually played on an emulator? The videotapes must be fake, or are not his actual gameplay, or should just be ignored, because he has real people that say he really did it, and they saw it happen, so it must be legit. As Billy said in his lawsuit, if everyone is lying, it must be a conspiracy akin to that of the Kennedy assassination. But
that is painful, that's painful.
Pardon? What was that? Thus, Twin Galaxies' case essentially rests on a conspiracy nearly as broad and untenable as the Kennedy assassination. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he writes these himself.
Oh my!
What self-respecting lawyer is
those
gonna
three
sit down and
tanks,
put
dude.
that in text? Who would do that? Like, I'm surprised he doesn't go into like the Zapruder film. What they faked here is akin to the Zapruder film. And in fact, the moon landing too, while we're at it.
The videotapes were the only tangible evidence these scores ever happened, so that's all anyone had to go off. Aside from the tapes, it was just people saying that it happened, which really doesn't cut it. There was no footage
Obviously,
of
that
Billy
doesn't cut it.
actually playing. There was nothing to indicate that he was even there, or...
I'm sorry to keep pausing so frequently, it's just such a wacky case. He still believes that he shouldn't be accused of being a cheater, because even if those tapes are faked or whatever, people saw him do it live and have said, verbally said, he did it. That's fucking useless. I could get people together and say that I grew 5 inches. But then if you see me on camera and I'm 5'6", I can't just be like, no, that doesn't make sense. That's as untenable as the Kennedy assassination. This is all fabricated. It's fraudulent. Look at all these people that said that I grew 5 inches. It's fucking worthless. It's a fucking worthless statement, and I don't know if Billy's too stupid to realize that or if he truly does believe it. Because why would anyone take you at your word?
Ooh,
I can
hello.
say I got the high score on
Hello.
Donkey Kong. I got a 15 billion. And then I can have everyone in chat say, yeah, Charlie got a 15 billion. Should Twin Galaxies put that on their website and make me the world record holder? I don't have any video evidence of it, but I have a ton of people that said I did it. The answer should be a resounding no. It's so silly. It's so silly.
that he played at all. That is, until now. For the first time in 15 years, photos of Billy Mitchell at one of these events where he claims to have achieved one of his world records have surfaced. And I'm not going to beat
This
around
looks
the
cool.
bush. These photos absolutely destroy Billy's case. He is done. There is no more doubt Billy will lose his lawsuit. These photos...
This is already so fucking good. So these photos destroy the lawsuit. Why? The referee who looks really sad to be there? Did he let the cat out of the bag? Man, that tie is mean though. Look at Billy Mitchell's tie. Holy shit, Captain America over here.
These photos do more damage than anything that has come before them, and I'm not exaggerating. Even if you disregard all of the videotape evidence, Billy's world records would still be disqualified, and he would still be banned for lying just because of these photos. So how is that even possible? Let's find out. I really hope you enjoy.
Man, this would be worse than if his sex tape leaked,
Now,
I guess.
Legends, I'm super excited because the second is a 1.05 million point score Billy achieved in 2007, which is known as the Mortgage Brokers score. This is because he supposedly achieved it at a mortgage brokers convention. The videotapes for both of these scores show footage that isn't legitimate. This is a fact, and it's why he was banned. But aside from...
Let me read that one more time. It's been a while since I've seen this. It is inarguable that he was cheating, by the way. It's not allegations. It is legitimately inarguable. I can't remember. Did we go over the entire evidence package on stream at some point, or am I having a fake memory right now? Maybe we did it on the podcast. Because I do remember going through at least a good chunk of it. Quite a while back. Number 3 is just a single sentence. During the event, Billy played in a very large convention room and interacted with and performed in front of thousands of people, myself included. And? It's... Oh, this is all one person statement. Oh, I thought this was 5 or 6 different statements from different people. I was like, what the fuck? There's nothing more there. This is one person's account. Okay. This is part of the whole thing from her statement. I was like, Jesus, come on. I don't know, I feel like going through the whole thing. But I guess a written testimonial claiming that they saw it, that's all you need. Surely there's no such thing as lying. And many of the members I worked with are still active members now. All this information is very available, very public, and quite memorable. Sheila, why are you writing that with so much attitude? You're not the one on trial for cheating or anything. That was a very aggressive sign-off.
This leaves 3 witnesses that say they directly saw him get the world record. The first is from a guy called Richard Mallion. He says he watched Billy's score reach beyond 1 million points and that he saw him achieve his targeted score. Richard is actually a childhood friend of Billy's. In fact, he appeared opposite Billy in the school yearbook. But let's not hold that against him. While it is common for friends to lie for each other, let's not assume that's what happened. He has a nice suit, and he has a nice watch.
Very
no one who dresses this well could lie. So I'm going to put that into the yes column. For the no column, there isn't much I found out about Richard that really concerns me, except for this super tiny detail of him pleading guilty to conspiracy, securities fraud, money laundering, and criminal contempt in 19...
Could have happened to anyone, and in fact, I'm going to tell you what happened. He was set up by Twin Galaxies. They knew there was a connection between the Duck and Billy Mitchell, the King of Kong, and they tried to attack everyone in Billy's circle. Complete misunderstanding. Very fabricated, not real.
1996, after an FBI sting operation. I mean, it's probably nothing, but it would be remiss of me if I didn't include it. Maybe this is being too judgmental, but I'm going to go ahead and add to the fact that he was charged again with fraud in 2019 by the SEC and had to pay back $750,000.
Once again, Carl, this was a setup. My man, this was Twin Galaxies trying to take out the witnesses. You know, no different than Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, where Scott had to go through all the ex-boyfriends and shit. This is Twin Galaxies going through all of the witnesses right now. You can't hold it against Richard here. He did nothing wrong.
In 2021, Richard was unfortunately arrested for conspiracy to commit fraud. Look, he has just not been lucky when it comes to fraud. He keeps getting caught. I, for one...
This picture here... Now I know it was a frame job, and I know it's all false, because they're doing my man Richard so dirty with this mugshot here. Like, it looks like he's fucking skydiving, like all the skin's being pushed towards the back of the skull here. It's like he's fucking melting. Where is the neck start and the chin in? Oh man. Is he laying down? And they took this picture? What is going on here?
Keeps getting caught. I, for one, do not hold this against him. When I look at this table, I see 3-3. It's pretty
That's
easy.
tough. That's a toss-up.
I'm leaning towards trusting the guy, but you let me know in the comments what you think. Okay, so Billy's first witness is a bit sketch. Who's number 2? Billy's second witness that says he saw him.
Oh god, it's Todd Rogers.
Oh boy, this is not going well. Okay, hit me with number 3. Surely we're going to get a winner.
He's probably not going to touch on Todd Rogers. Todd Rogers is another notorious cheater of these old game high scores. He has a whole saga of his own. I don't even think I could do it justice trying to summarize it here. But that is so poetic that one of the other witnesses is fucking Todd Rogers. That's amazing. This is like a team of Avengers that he has for witnesses.
The third witness that says they saw Billy get the score is Kim Mahoney, who is also Todd Rogers' girlfriend. I'm going to be completely honest here.
Coincidence.
I'm getting the impression that Billy's witnesses may not be entirely trustworthy. There's Billy and Todd posing with a couple of people. There's a camera that was recording Billy play, even though that footage doesn't seem to exist for some reason.
They left the lens on.
Posing
lens
again
cap.
with the thumbs up. Maybe this is just after Billy got the world record. I have to admit, everything here looks pretty legit, and oh my god, what is that?
I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm not knowledgeable enough. What is it? Is it a copyright 2023 on there?
That joystick is not an original Donkey Kong joystick. This arcade machine does not have original, unmodified Donkey Kong arcade hardware.
Oh,
This
jeepers.
is an original Donkey Kong stick. It's got a big black ball and a short column. The stick on Billy's arcade is a tall stick with a smaller ball, and it's obviously red, so the stick has been changed to something else.
Easily explainable. This machine was considered so legit that they had to change out the stick. Otherwise, because people were fighting each other to compete for high scores on it because it was so fucking real. So the stick just got worn out from overusage. But the machine, that's the only thing that's been changed. That much I'm sure of. Or, you know what, that's a good point. This could have been a special edition cabinet that was sent to Billy Mitchell by Nintendo themselves. They were so happy that the King of Kong wanted to use an arcade cabinet that they made that they gave him a special red stick. You know, for the red, white, and blue, because he's such a patriot, obviously. Easily explainable.
On top of that, it appears to be an 8-way stick. Now, the original Donkey Kong stick is 4-way, which means it can only go up, down, left, and right. The game can be played. If you want to steer barrels while on a ladder, you have to stop and hold left or right, because you can't go up and to the side at the same time. But with an 8-way stick, you can continue to climb ladders while steering barrels by using the diagonals. With an 8-way stick, you can do things you can't do on an original arcade, which is...
I'm actually just even shocked that he played the game. I thought this was going to prove that Billy Mitchell's never even touched Donkey Kong in his life. So honestly, at this point, I have a little more respect for Billy, knowing that he just used a cheating device in order to have a better score, like to play better. I thought for sure it was going to come out that he just doesn't even know what Donkey Kong is. He's never touched the fucking thing in his life.
Which is why they are banned. So not only is the stick not original, which was totally banned, it looks like an 8-way stick, which is extra banned. His entire lawsuit against Twin Galaxies is based on the premise that he played on unmodified original arcade hardware, which is categorically not true.
True,
not only
very
from
wrong.
the videotapes, but now from the photos as well. And his lawsuit is full of lies where Billy claimed the hardware was unmodified. Everyone just got caught out, big time. And it gets...
How did they even let this happen? Surely they would have recognized the stick, right? This man dedicated his entire life to Donkey Kong and his high score. He did one thing that isn't even that cool, getting a high score in Donkey Kong, and he let it define his entire fucking life for the last 24 years.
Alright, let's get this.
And he wouldn't recognize that the stick isn't original? Surely he would have done everything in his power to keep these photos buried. Fucking burn the photos, for God's sake. He would have had to know that people would be able to easily see that it's not an original stick. He didn't release it. I get he wasn't the one that released it. What I'm saying is, I'm sure he would have done everything in his power to stop it from ever coming out. Like, legitimately burn these photos.
3 tanks, there's no...
But maybe that was just beyond his control at this point. Like, I don't... Who released it? Well, maybe Carl mentioned it here. I'm just shocked he didn't go immediately to the event. He knew the photos were being taken.
I did it.
He was literally giving thumbs up with Todd Rogers in front of the camera. So he knew there were photos. And he would have known that people would have
Oh my God, thank you.
that it was not legitimate, unmodified stick. So why would even A, take it, and B, not go to the event and fucking scrub those archives?
You may be wondering why Billy would lie about something that can so obviously be disputed.
That's what I was just talking
The
about.
answer is that Billy didn't know these photos existed. In fact, the entire Donkey Kong community didn't know these photos existed. They were only made public recently, and not by Billy Mitchell. These photos were never made public, and they were only retrieved now by directly contacting the organizers of the convention.
That blows my mind. He literally gave a thumbs up multiple times with Todd Rogers in front of that machine. Who was he giving the thumbs up for? He knew pictures were being taken. What did he think happened to this? What? Wait, what? This is a cool angle of Billy, though, I will say. His hair looks even more like a Lego block in this angle. But I still just can't believe that he wouldn't remember photos being taken because he posed multiple times for them. I'm also surprised that it took this long for someone to contact the event staff
why don't I get
from
hand-
the mortgage thing. I feel like a lot of people would have thought to do that a long time ago, but maybe just now they finally found the photos.
I cannot wait
I
until this
really
goes
want
to
that
trial.
last
You can
item.
best believe that when it does, I'm going to cover it. I'm excited, and I think you should be too.
I
because
am.
It's going to be a lot of fun. As always, thank you so much for watching, you legend. I hope you are having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.
This is also great news for Carl. This is a big Carl W as well, because he is currently getting sued by this goofball, this goober. And as everyone knows, the #1 defense against defamation, which is what Billy Mitchell is coming after him for, is the
Wow.
absolute truth. And now it seems
That is
it has been proven
insane.
beyond a shadow of a doubt he cheated. Thus, the case against Carl is fucking
Whatever.
kaput.
At least I can.
That really just goes to show you, sometimes the simplest means and like the simplest explanations are the most effective. Hey, so you got this at a mortgage convention, what year? And where was it? Alright, just give them a call. Maybe they have photos. Hey, you guys have any photos? Oh, we do, yeah, you want them? Yes, please. Bang. I can tell it's all over the Billy Mitchell's face.
Okay.
Yeah, but it feels like a lot of
As long as the ADC is dead.
He's made like an entire fucking career.
And as long as their ADC is dead too, I guess.
My man, I don't think he's even had one of the lawsuits make it to the
Let's,
trial.
okay, let's
But
see.
it's still expensive for the people
Shun's
who
the
sue.
last
Still
one.
It's such an absurd thing to
Come on,
do
Shed.
over.
Come on,
Hey,
Shed.
let's not get carried
Kill
away.
that
Billy
Braum.
Mitchell ruined his life over this. He's not gonna go to jail. He just has a legacy of being a fucking joke of a person and an insufferable asshole for all the frivolous lawsuits he tosses at people that make fun of him or point out that he's cheated. He hasn't ruined his life. The man has a fucking hot sauce deal, for God's sakes. None of which I think he earned, by the way. He has one accolade, and it's high
Oh my
scores in
God.
Donkey Kong. That he fucking cheated. So in fact, he got dealt a really lucky hand. He got one thing that he's never let go, and he's somehow found success from it. Might want to tone it back before he sues you. He can't anymore. He literally can't. Because the truth is now abundantly clear. Even if you set aside all of the inarguable evidence of him cheating, now these pictures that have come out
Our
are
ball
even
is
more
so
beyond a shadow of a
trash,
doubt.
though.
He legitimately can no longer sue anymore. Why did he confirm he's cheating? Oh, if you weren't here, I'll give you the quick explanation. So the whole claim is that he got the high scores on an unmodified original hardware. However,
How
now
does
that
a
these pictures
tank do
are
more
out, you can
damage
see
than the
it's not.
IEC?
So the original hardware did not have this stick. It had a small black stick. So it had a black ball on top and the stick. Not this.
You know what? Let's play some.
So immediately that disqualifies all of his records because it is not unmodified hardware. He's lied about it. It is clearly modified. Oh yeah, and it's an 8-way stick apparently, which is another banned device because it gives you an advantage. You're able to cheat the game a bit more by being able to go in the other 4 angles here diagonally. So this stick right here just throws out everything he's ever claimed. That's just the stick cover. Well, it wouldn't matter. You know what? Let's play ball with you. Let's assume that is a stick cover and the original stick is still under there. That is A, still not allowed, and B, impossible, because here's what the original stick looks like. It's a tiny little goofy, like almost doorknob. Not that long, stretched one. So it can't even just be a cover. It is a completely different stick. Chode versus Grower. Yeah, I guess kinda. The OG's more chody. Not only that, I bet there was an emulator built into the arcade box. We're setting aside all of the massive amounts of evidence talking about it being on emulator, not original hardware. We're setting all that aside and just going by what we can physically see from the photos of the event, where it is clearly modified. You don't even need to touch all of the deep analysis, which also confirm that it's illegitimate. You can just look at the photos from the event and still get the correct answer that it's fake. I'm curious to see how he decides to fight this. You know he will not admit it. So, I'll make a prediction, and right now I'm on fire with my predictions. I think the way Billy Mitchell tackles this is the exact way that any fucking geriatric person would. It's all fake Photoshop, AI fabricated. He's going to claim that these photos are fabricated, they're AI generated or AI enhanced, something like that. The photos are fake. They've done something with the knob. It's, you know, this was an original knob, but they've edited it all out. He's going to harp on it being photoshopped and doctored. 100%. Have you ever stopped to think how embarrassing it is being born? The first thing a human being does when it's birthed is cry, and crying is cringe. So we literally enter this world as a little cringe specimen, and it's up to us to spend the rest of our lives trying to transcend the first cringe and be something more. But what happens when you spend your entire lives as nothing but a clown? Someone who just embarrasses themselves at every step of their journey. Well, then you end up like Billy Mitchell. I'm just describing Billy Mitchell. Billy Mitchell is the self-proclaimed video game player of the century. He was the former world record holder for Donkey Kong, and he has spent the better part of the last 4 or 5 years just ruining his own reputation by frivolously suing everyone that even so much as makes fun of him or makes a light joke about him. And the reason for this lashing out is because it was revealed through tons and tons and tons of evidence that Billy Mitchell most likely cheated for his records, is most likely a fraud, allegedly. So since that doomsday, Billy's just been an insufferable asshole who sues everyone who makes a joke about it or talks about it, and he tries to scare people with massive lawsuits. It's just a big piece of shit. So he's already sued a YouTuber whom I'm a big fan of. His name's Carl. I'm sure a lot of you have watched his content before. He's suing Carl, and it's a very expensive lawsuit so far. It's been like $180,000 according to Carl. But he wasn't done there. Just 2 weeks ago, Billy Mitchell came back out of the shadows to sue Carl again. Even though the previous lawsuit is still ongoing, he is suing Carl again, but this time for an even more outrageous reason that I'm not going to spoil right now. I'll let Carl go ahead and give you the surprise, because what a special treat it is. This is one of the most baffling reasons for a lawsuit I think I've probably ever heard in general. Now, as I understand it, the second lawsuit hasn't been fully filed yet. Right now it is still in the letter of intent stage, where they are intending to sue Carl and have sent him the documents to indicate such. But it looks like it is going to be sent in the coming days. In response to this, Carl made another video going over just how silly it all is, but also how expensive everything is.
Sí, después de esta, porque sí, mi sub ya fue. No, Mari. Livie. ¿Qué? Ah, ya, perdón. Después de esta, Livie, no sé por qué te sigo escribiendo. Después de esta, vamos, dale. Ya, dale. No, Mari, ¿cómo has estado, Mari? No sé si está por ahí, Tark. Muchas gracias, Tornadito. Muchos besitos. Te agradezco. Que te está mal informando.
As I'm in the midst of applying for residency right now, Grammarly forget how life-saving my application.
People usually think losing weight is about half diet and half exercise, but both of these combined are only about 25% of it. Another 25% is good quality sleep, and the other 500% is actually doing what you said you would. Luckily, if you start a diet right now, there is a way, an easy way, to make it almost impossible to fail. Step 1 is to get inspired. There's always a spark that makes you decide you want to change, and it's usually seeing someone else who's way more fit than you, or seeing yourself in a picture. Either way, inspiration is strong, but only ever lasts for a day, and then it's gone. So what you need next is a realistic goal that you can measure, as well as a time you need to achieve it by. For example, I'm going to lose 5 pounds by July 1st, and another 5 pounds by August 1st is something you can measure, and it even has a checkpoint. Then the next thing you need is a detailed and realistic plan that will get you to your goal. The plan might just be to replace your daily breakfast of milk, sugary granola, and a peanut butter jelly sandwich with instead a 1-mile jog, followed by a bowl of 15 big strawberries and 3 boiled eggs. Believe it or not, this one change is more than enough for you to lose multiple pounds of fat in just a few weeks. But having the plan is not enough. You need to set everything up so that you can easily follow the plan. You have to buy the strawberries and boil the eggs the night before and get your running clothes ready so that when you wake up, the easiest thing to do is to just stick to the plan. If you don't boil the eggs and you keep buying peanut butter and grape jelly and you keep putting them at the front of the fridge where it's the first thing you see, then that means you don't actually intend to stick to your diet. You're just looking forward to that one day when you give in and make your high-calorie breakfast again. If you want to make it easy to eat healthy, then make it hard to eat junk food. Of course, that's easy to say, but no matter how much you try to avoid even looking at junk food, you need to expect that there will be hard times. Like when you accidentally trip and fall face first into a booth at IHOP, you see that every item is over 1,000 calories, and you get the temptation to say 5 of the most dangerous words in diet history. You can pick from any of the following options. A. One cheat meal won't hurt. B. I'll actually start dieting tomorrow. C. I just won't eat later. Or D. Maybe I'll just start bulking. And it's times like this when you need willpower, which is the ability to tell yourself no. You can build up your willpower by anticipating all the excuses you're gonna make and practicing saying no to all of them. You can even practice walking away from bad choices, but keep in mind that willpower isn't infinite, so you can't always rely on it. You're better off just avoiding the temptation in the first place. Finally, the real cheat code to motivation is doing something for so long that it becomes a habit. If you can get to the point where you wake up and automatically go outside for a jog, and you automatically reach for the strawberries and boiled eggs, then the plan becomes 100 times easier to follow, and it will keep getting easier every day you do it. Eventually, you might even start to like eating healthy and exercising, at which point, like for many other people, it's no longer a lifestyle choice, but instead, your entire personality. And this is the ultimate goal. Anyway, let's move on to the basics of fat loss. There's no real accurate way to track it besides progress.
This makes me feel bad, man. I really want to know how much I weigh. Let's see. Might as well show off on stream. Alright, chest up. My stomach sticks out more than my chest right now. But I'm not gonna lie. Like, my body's not terrible. It's just that it's this beer belly that I have. Even though it's not from drinking beer. But I did eat a lot of sugar. Like 6 Oreos and a bag of mini Oreos, a bag of Chips Ahoy. And man, I'm so round right now. I was doing so good before my trip. Sometimes vacations is not good for your body, but it is good for your mind. Unless, you know, you already work out in your hotel or whatever and you eat healthy. But yeah, I really need to work on telling myself about food. That it's okay to eat a little bit, or it's okay to eat healthy, just one entree. And then the thing I tell myself is, I'm gonna be hungry. But no, that's not true. Like, obviously don't starve yourself, but I feel like one entree is literally enough.
The road to ruin is shorter than you think.
Welcome to Summoner's
I really need to start dieting. And by dieting, I mean just eating a little bit and better. But eating a lot just feels so good. I'll have all day to eat, actually, the food my mom made. Which isn't that bad. Or at all. All day to be eating that food. I don't even have to go out either. I just have to not eat tortillas. Probably like 2 tortillas, one in the morning, one in the night. And I still have that day off. I had a dream too that I was in Mexico. It was pretty fun. I was like showing my friends. I was like so happy they came, and I was just kind of like excited to show them around. I feel like it really shows how excited I am, or my personality, even though I'm failing in eating food and whatnot. Okay, so I cannot beat Pantheon pre-6. Level 6, yes. Yes, I can beat Pantheon. Oh, okay.
Justice. That's a pretty word.
Good one. Okay, now he's just more dangerous.
My honor a long time ago.
And I cannot, my wind wall doesn't do anything. Nice. Nice.
At peace with yourself, you will be.
5, double my CS. Not good, but it's to be expected. Just totally fine here. Totally fine. He flashed. Nice. I killed him pre-6, which is pretty impressive. And I didn't even have to use my freaking barrier. Let's see, what can I build? What can I build? I easily need survivability. Let's build that. And I can build DD right away after my core. Like, my only restriction... Should I build DD? I mean, they don't have like crazy tanks.
This blade never gets any lighter.
Pantheon sucks.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
It is not yet time.
You're welcome, Dad.
One step ahead of the past.
That's perfect.
Never could stay in one place.
That works. Mande. Mande. ¿Quién está patinando? Persian. Las persianas doblar. Las cortinas.
An ally has been slain.
Wanderer is always lost.
Happens. Doesn't have his ult. That's good. Okay, gonna need my boots then.
I will not forget who I am.
I feel like I've 5 pounds. It seems outrageous. But when I wake up in the morning,
An enemy has
5
been
pounds.
slain. An ally has been slain.
Ow. That hurts. He's...
Don't start when
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Come on. He probably has flash. He will have flash very soon. Actually.
His elite's only purpose to
An ally has been slain.
He's
An
not.
enemy has been slain.
Okay. Now you don't really do anything. I'm gone. Yelton. Expected to be expected.
My story is not yet finished.
Shut down. Enemy double kill.
What the fuck? He has to recall. Fuck.
The road to ruin is shorter than you think. Just looking for a road home. No one is promised tomorrow.
An ally has been slain.
Follow the wind. But watch your back.
His Pantheon is just the most interesting champion, man. Like I don't understand how he can get away with those things. I just don't know. He gets away with everything, man. I hit him too with my EQ and he only had like, what, like 60 health? Still wasn't enough to kill him. Thought he had less. Why is he emoting?
Kill me. You can try.
A summoner has disconnected.
Just looking for a road The sword's poor company for a long road.
This Pantheon will forever be low and forever come back. I bet he has his ult right now.
Dying's
Gosh. No, he's gonna stay.
I will follow this path.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Blade never gets any lighter.
An ally has been slain.
Bro, Teemo, man. Don't tell me he's gonna scale. That build is so weird.
A summoner has reconnected.
One step ahead of the pack. Follow the wind, but watch your back.
Enemy killing spree.
Virtue is no more than a luxury.
What do I do?
You have been slain.
It just makes sense, man. It just makes sense. I cannot get into the jungle because Nasus is gonna slow me, and he's a bruiser. I cannot engage the Pantheon. I cannot engage the Swain. The only people who I can engage is the Teemo and Twitch. The Teemo is building tank, so he's not that easy to engage. That's why I wanted to gank to help out Rip. I ended up destroying myself.
Your turret has been destroyed.
The only person who I can realistically kill is Twitch. Nice.
I thought Azukana
I just cannot. 3 people who I cannot get near. Hey, I got the shutdown though.
A summoner has reconnected.
Never could.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Surrendering, really? Let's make this somewhat playable. I really do want to surrender. I'm not going to lie. But not this early. I'm sure there's something we can do against this fucking. Besides, he's building conquer.
No one is promised tomorrow.
Sure.
Sleep for the guiltless.
I don't have my shield though. But let's do a quick engage. Okay, that's fair.
Virtue is no more than a luxury.
Nice.
Is a leaf's only purpose to fall?
I'm sorry.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
I think they're trying a little too hard.
Has been slain.
The road to ruin is shorter than you think.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Enemy rampage.
That's a pretty word.
An ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy.
Okay.
Wanderer is always. This story is not yet finished.
We want to focus the Twitch, by the way.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Shut down.
Justice. That's a pretty word. No one is promised tomorrow. Honor is in the heart, not the name.
Ally has been slain.
Virtue is no more than a luxury. The road to ruin is short.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh wow. I just made it unplayable. That is so cool, man. How did Force just explode the turret like that? Or was it Swain? Could have been Swain. Sell this.
I will follow this path until the end.
Enemy killing spree. Enemy killing spree. An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
He didn't die. After literally having 1 health. That's what I get.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Dude.
Just looking for a road home. Justice. That's a pretty.
You have slain an enemy.
Sleep is for the guiltless. step ahead of the pack.
What can I do, man?
These leaves only persist.
Calling this. ADD. No, come on. You're bluffing me. Also deals bonus magic damage.
An enemy has been slain.
Ugh, I cannot believe this.
This blade never gets any.
What just happened? Do I need armor for it? I don't think I need armor.
Things never go. I will not forget who I am.
I see you.
Dying's the easy part.
Enemy quadra kill. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
We're screwed. Twitch is going crazy.
Wanderer isn't always lost.
You have slain
dude. How? What can I do to kill that Twitch? I need to survive. Those crit chants are really hurting me. I don't know. I need more armor. I just need armor.
The sword's poor company.
I'm gonna build that GA now.
No cure for food.
Twitch has to be somewhere.
My honor left a long time ago.
Where's the Twitch, man? I'm just so focused on finding the Twitch.
A summoner has disconnected. Your turret is
No, man. He deserves the honor. These guys don't. At least Brendan does. Yeah. I don't know, man. Ugh. Horrifying.
Progress pictures and weighing yourself once a week.
Hate seeing ads? Here's how to get rid of them, or get paid to see them. Do you know how much of the content you see on a daily basis are actually ads? That's an ad. That's an ad. Yep, all ads. That's why Pi will transform the way you scroll online. It blocks all ads for free. YouTube ads, cookie pop-ups, search ads, and it even works on Amazon. But that's not even the best part. Pi is the first ever ad blocker that will pay you if you opt in to see ads. You can finally get straight to your search results without being bombarded with a million ads.
The average American consumes half a cup or more of sugar every day, and surveys claim eating less sugar makes you crave it more. Some people even say it gives them withdrawal symptoms.
So what exactly happens to your brain and body when you try to quit sugar?
After 24 hours of no sugar level through the pancreas releases two hormones, insulin and glucagon. When blood sugar gets too high, the pancreas releases insulin, and when it gets too low, the pancreas releases glucagon. In the first 24 hours of no sugar, blood sugar levels drop and the pancreas releases glucagon, which breaks down glycogen, the storage of sugars in our body, to create the energy you need. The thing is, glycogen is bound to 3 grams of water, so the breakdown of glycogen for energy is responsible for the initial loss of water weight you see in the first 24 hours of not eating sugar.
On day 2 is when you start to feel fatigued and crave sugar as the body continually needs to create new sources of energy. Gluconeogenesis is activated activated, which is the conversion of proteins to sugars in the body. As well, fats will be broken down into ketones to create energy. This can make you feel tired, get headaches, and even have sugar cravings, but there's not enough human studies to understand why this occurs. Animal studies have shown that in rats, neurochemical pathways causing dopamine release are activated when the rats consume sugar, and in some cases, this can be more potent than cocaine in rats. This is why you may have seen Pop Science article headlines like, "Sugar, more addictive than cocaine?" The reason for this is that sugar activates dopamine release. This creates a positive reinforcement around wanting to eat sugar and can create cravings. But to be clear, there is no evidence that in humans, sugar can be as addictive as drugs like cocaine.
On day 3 is when you get a metallic taste in your mouth and your breath starts to stink. The breakdown of fat into ketones due to the lack of sugar intake creates the release of acetone in your body, which when breathed out smells like nail polish remover or rotting fruit. Some studies have even shown that if you measure acetone in your breath, it can predict the level of ketones in your blood. This smelly breath can last a few days to a few weeks, but this is based on 0 sugar. We're talking not even fruits in your diet, unlike other parts of the video where we're mainly focusing on what happens when you cut out added or refined sugars.
Day 5 to 10 of not eating added sugar, and your taste buds have officially changed to be more sensitive to sugar. One study had people do a water fast for 5 to 14 days and found that the threshold to detect sweet flavor was much lower, increasing sensitivity to the taste of sugar. This isn't that surprising because people who consume a lot of sugar actually decrease their sensitivity to that sweet flavor and feel like they need to add more sugar to their food or beverages in order to feel the sweet flavor again.
After 6 weeks of no sugar, and you may also notice your bowel movements are becoming more regular with less bloating or cramps. IBS affects almost 10 to 20% of the population in North America. IBS is a group of symptoms that people experience their whole life, such as diarrhea, constipation, cramps, and bloating. And doctors recommend a low FODMAP diet. FODMAP stands for fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols, which are pretty much diets with less refined sugar and more natural sugars. Reducing refined sugars can relieve IBS and has been shown to improve symptoms like symptoms.
After 10 weeks of eating no sugar, you might start to notice that your skin is looking a lot healthier. That is because sugar can cause acne lesions within 1 week of high intake. Clinical trials have shown that after 10 weeks of low sugar diets, acne lesions have significantly reduced.
After 1 year with no additional sugar intake, you'll also see improved sleep. A study looking at 53,000 postmenopausal women showed that 3 years of low sugar intake was correlated with reduced insomnia.
Oh man.
Death is like the wind, always by my side.
Ay, ay. You know, sometimes I'm thinking I'm gonna drink, but as long as I don't bust a nut. Does that make sense? I'm only one shot in, by the way. It's crazy. And I will not. Because, I don't know. Drinking is not a sin. It's getting drunk that's a sin. But you should never be too hard on yourself. Because life is hard as it is already. And I'm not going to bust a nut. But I would drink. Because, you know, like I said, drink is not a sin, but busting a nut is. Before marriage. Never bust a nut before marriage. And it's tough. At least for me, what I'm going through. Man, I'm trying to have sex before marriage, man. It's crazy. But the thing is with that, God doesn't allow it because it hurts you right here. It hurts you right in the freaking corazon. But it really depends. Like, if you're a girl, you're a guy, like, you know, you're nothing more than a person. It's gonna hurt your heart. Whoever it is, whoever you may be. It's just not ideal.
Minions have spawned.
Cheers.
Just looking for
Okay. Ooh.
the road to ruin
I am
is shorter than you think.
So mid lane and ADC are a duo.
It's just death. Nothing serious.
First message.
Shameful isn't it? Echo. Oh, I thought I.
One step ahead of the past.
Okay.
No one is promised tomorrow. Honor is in the heart, not the name.
Nice try, big boy. I think you're stupid.
You have slain an enemy.
Good job.
Never could stay in one place. I will follow this path until the end. Face the wind! Check this out. It is not yet time. Don't kill the fools.
Nice try, buddy boy.
Some things never done. Justice. That's a pretty word.
An ally has been slain.
Virtue is no more than a luxury. This blade never gets any lighter.
Rampage.
The sword's poor company for a long while.
Cool. This echo's so fucked.
I will not forget who I am.
Sadly, he's gonna push the wave. And I don't have boots. But it's okay. I'm a full-on tank right now.
Is Elite's only purpose.
There's no way, brother. Alright, bro, you cannot touch me. Nice. Good stuff, brother.
Start what I'll finish.
So, what do I do? I cannot go further. Nice. I'm so good at this game. Nice. Good, good.
I will not die dishonored. This story is not yet finished.
Good luck. You gonna need it. Yo, I will end your whole career. You ain't nothing but dirt on my shoulder.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Shut down. Enemy double kill.
I alone decide my fate.
I mean, you guys don't want to do anything. executive privilege.
Sleep is for the guiltless.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
This blade never gets any lighter. Justice. That's a pretty word.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Double kill. An ally has been slain.
Make it
Yo,
quick.
I will end your whole career. You ain't nothing but dirt on my shoulders.
Wanderer isn't always lost.
Turret plating will fall soon.
I will follow this path. No one is promised
Your
tomorrow.
turret has been destroyed.
Some mistakes you cannot make. One step ahead of the past. No more running.
An enemy has been slain. Destroyed a turret.
Never could stay in one place. Follow the wind, but watch your back.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Is a leaf's only purpose to fall. The story is not yet finished.
I got core, baby.
No one is promised tomorrow. Virtue is the sword's poor company for a long road.
Enemy has been slain.
Justice. That's a pretty word.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Honor is in the heart, not the I will not forget who I am.
Killing spree.
Its blade never gets any lighter.
Why am I building crit? Now I don't have a choice. do need for his anti-healing.
An enemy has been slain.
Armor pen, anti-healing for him, anti-healing for Rakan, which isn't a bad idea to be honest. This is never a bad idea.
Honor is in the heart. My honor left a long time ago. Virtue is no more than a luxury. Sleep is for the guiltless. I will not never could stay in one place. Give you the easy way.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Shut down. Sit down. Your team has destroyed the turret. Godlike. Your team has destroyed the turret.
Wow. I push for it. Moist did pretty good. Damaged peasant.
I'm going to take just 1 minute to explain why your contribution right now is so important. This may not be the news you want to hear, but it is the truth. Donald Trump and his allies are outspending us by tens of millions of dollars, and they have millions more waiting to be spent. The reality is that to win this race, we need more resources. Polls show us this is the closest presidential campaign in 60 years. I share this with you because right now there is still time to do something about it. Every donation will be put straight to use,
I know
persuading
this is like
voters and making
a personal
sure
insult.
they turn
It has
out on
nothing to do with
election
what she says.
We might be the underdogs in this race, but I believe in you. I believe in our team.
But
and let's get to
her
work.
looks
Thank you, and please take care.
piss me off. Like, just the way she looks makes me like
We've all
mad,
been there before.
like frustrated.
You're in conversation, things are humming along nicely, and then out of nowhere, the awkward silence rears its head. At that moment, your mind goes completely blank, you don't know what to say, and you can sense the other person's eyes wandering as they look for someone else to talk to. That scenario sucks, so here are 5 tips to make sure that you never run out of things to say in conversation again. First, when you find yourself in that situation where your mind has gone blank, play reminds me of. That just means that you look to the environment around you and say, you know, that reminds me of, and then fill in the blank. It's great for opening new conversational threads, and it can also work as a follow-up when someone finishes telling a story, which is how many groups of friends interact all the time. That's because people are drawn to others who they feel are similar to themselves, and related stories can build that bridge. Just be sure not to repeatedly make your story superior to theirs, or else it can feel like one-upping. Second, when you ask questions, keep them open-ended as often as possible. So rather than saying, oh, you're from Toronto, do you like it there? You might say, how do you like Toronto? I'm curious to hear more about it. The former question invites a one-word response and then awkward silence. The latter gets the other person talking about the things that they like, which is going to open up more conversational threads. Also, just remember the rule that every 3-year-old knows about conversation, which is that simply asking why is a great way to get people to open up more. So when someone mentions that they're a consultant, for instance, you might ask, why did you decide to get into consulting? To be clear, unlike 3-year-olds, you don't have to say the word why over and over and over, but drilling down into their motivations will often get you a deeper connection in conversation. Third, for the worst case scenario, when conversation just flat out stalls, use revival questions. These are non sequiturs that bring conversation back from the dead. Here's 3 of my favorites. If you're in a new group and conversation dies after initial pleasantries, a great revival question is, how do you guys all know one another? There's almost always some kind of story that conversation can build from. If you're only speaking to one person, you can say instead, so what's your story? The great thing about this question is that it is so open-ended that the other person will probably guide you towards the topics that they want to talk about, usually responding with something like, you mean what do I do for work, or what do I like to do for fun? Their tone of voice and enthusiasm will usually tell you the best angle of conversation to continue with. Lastly, for people you already know well, ask them about their exciting plans for the future. This one is nice because it is endlessly renewable, which makes it great for connecting with people in the office or wherever you work. Fourth on the list is to make a complimentary cold read. So if someone is particularly smiley, you might say, you look like the type who would be great with kids. Or if they're super strong, you might say, you look like you're pretty into fitness. If you get it right, they're probably going to open up and tell you more about it, but even if you're wrong, you can talk about what it is that gave you that impression in the first place. Either way, you've got new conversational material to work with. And the 5th and final tip is to flip the script so that you're not the one worried about running out of things to say. Instead, allow the other person to move the conversation forward by getting more comfortable with silence. Seriously, 3 seconds might feel like a long time, but if you can just take a deep breath while maintaining easy eye contact, more often than not, the other person will make a comment or ask you a question. Or if you really want to encourage them to continue, repeat back the last few words that they said. This mirroring invites them to elaborate and can often get people to open.
My old ultimate's ready.
My ultimate is ready.
Okay. It's not showing my stream. There you go. What if that was happening the whole time? I doubt it. This is wait, that's nice. Hold on. I know the problem. Okay. Cool. That is awesome. I'm more worried about the stream right now. Like, what if none of it's saved? Can I check my stream? Can I rewind? So huh? Where does it go? Someone else's stream.
Match found.
I don't care about someone else's stream. I care about my stream. Oh god, they already picked Sage. Let's see. I'm just so worried about here, let's just go to some random stream.
¿A qué hora vas a ver el sol?
Looks like I can't. Just gonna have to wait for the VOD.
The Clove is fearless in the face of death. I will show them a fate far worse.
It's because it's better like this, right? Let's see what's going on. I mean, if it worked for Fortnite, it's gotta work for this. It always goes to.
Thanks for the help, Phoenix. I appreciate it.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Sue. Clovan, Phoenix, Heaven.
Last player standing.
Cypher one tap, Phoenix will help.
One enemy remaining.
Are you kidding me? Just one headshot. Shameful.
Don't start resting. Still work to do.
Oh yeah, I was gonna check my crater. There we go. It doesn't go through. This needs to happen. But then it just
I will hold up the sky.
I'm so confused.
I have the spike.
Okay. Let's just make a new one.
Alright, we leave.
Interesting. I don't know why with Valorant it's like different.
Seconds left. Last player standing.
110 on Jab.
Their cipher knows too much.
This is so weird. But
I will be their nightmare.
to go back.
Open up and very.
It just doesn't work. Wait, balance on top of. Okay.
I have the spike. Cover going out.
.30 seconds left. 10 seconds left.
God. What is this, man? I'm still getting hit.
Weapon choice. It is so personal, no? You pick a gun and it tells me who you are.
Okay. Why does this happen? I don't know. I guess I just have to manually do it every time. Or when the game's over. It's not like that. It just makes me stressed. Just makes me worry. I'll check it in a bit.
My ultimate's ready.
Cover going out.
Let's go. Someone's A.
He's around that corner.
Spike down A.
No, going 12. Oh wow, that Cypher's gonna get the fucking dub. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this guy's selling.
30 seconds left.
Damn.
Mr. Lightnaz, we would love the return of you.
Mr. Chamber, would you like to please come back?
Ten seconds left. Clutch.
Someone report him? No, kidding.
Buy stuff, ching, little skrrr, do my done. Yeah?
Roman, let's flank them.
Wow.
Dead. My ult. Time to jump. Enemy spotted
Interesting.
Last player standing.
Oh wow. Damn, look at you, Jeff.
Time to stock back up.
You gotta say okay.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
Alright. You know, I was expecting something different. I wanted to go on top of the box. Can I do that with Omen? I'm sure that's valid. I think I just missed.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Last player standing. Enemy removed.
Damn. I don't know why, but I'm so excited to end this stream looking at content to make sure that League of Legends content didn't fuck up or anything.
Remember, stay out of the fire.
Because it's good to know that this is happening with Valorant. So, I'm sure it's not happening with League. That's really where my mind's at right now.
Spike down. Defender spawn.
Watch your eyes!
Last player standing.
Some settling.
Enemy remaining. 3 down.
Definitely holding bomb.
This is crazy. It feels like we've been doing this forever.
Why can't we surrender? That's the thing.
Claw through them.
Spike down. A.
Wow, wow, wow. You know, you'd think that people that go in first would die.
Last player standing.
I don't know how that's gonna happen.
I was nowhere near that.
Spit on your head.
Please FF.
You want me serious? You got it.
They're not FF, are they?
I'm down. I have no fucking hope left for this.
Why? Why do they not surrender?
Click no. Just click no.
I will rip the light from them.
I'll handle this. Cutting through.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Enemy spotted. Reloading.
Hey, watch his body, guys. Watch his body.
Enemy remaining. Last player
standing. Spike down B.
You can grab it from here.
Spike.
Good
Just
shit.
give me a moment.
Knock me down, I'll get right back up. Here.
Oh, I'm very weird about my strength in this shit, man.
We go.
Spike down A.
I know exactly where you are.
Brutal.
Last player standing. 30 seconds left.
Shit's too hard. That is fine. It's totally fine. My Valorant just so weird.
Last round in the half.
Spend your money now. There's no bank in hell.
Face your fear! Last player standing.
Alright. I'm just gonna stop it here and then I'm gonna try to investigate this. I'll be back.
Joke's over! You're dead!